Hey guys, I'm Fadedbox, and well, welcome back. This is my channel. This is my first week of school, and I wanted to check in and let you know how the first 3 days of school went. First, of course, we gotta start off with the first day. First day was a lot of information to take in. Super excited about opportunities that they're going to provide, and definitely let's get into what we got to learn and what they were talking to us about on our first day. First day, they really wanted to implement the culture of the school, how it is to be in a cosmetology school, Paul Mitchell, in fact, and how their culture is different. Their biggest things, I had to write some notes down because there was so much going on this week that every time I sat down to write a video or record a video, that I was just mumbling and just going on tangents. So let's get off that tangent and let's talk about the culture. Paul Mitchell, they believe that people are the most important part of any organization or school. So, well, as that's obvious, right? Making sure that the people around you are comfortable, making sure that the people that you're servicing are comfortable. That's definitely, that first hand-to-hand meetup with the person that you're servicing. The way you dress, because that was a big thing, because of course you're in school, so you got to be a professional. Here at the school, they do black and gray, which is a little different than my last school I was at, which is awesome. So black and gray, you can coordinate any of the different colors together. White is a special color that you wear when you have good attendance and you're doing good in school. So hopefully I'll be able to wear that as long as I keep up and do what I'm supposed to do. Back to the culture, they believe that we believe people come first above everything. As we work together and as we will grow and learn and have fun, the only way to put those people first is to ask questions, to learn why they're there, what they're hoping to do in the future. And I think that's where learning the culture and learning how to implement culture life into the salon life or into your everyday life, I think that it's going to help me definitely learn how to slow down and talk to people and really learn who they are and why they're there. So that's kind of different from just what the culture of Paul Mitchell is. Paul Mitchell, they're really trying to build that friendly atmosphere, that thriving atmosphere, which is definitely a great their mission there at Paul Mitchell. When people come first, success will follow. Well, of course, as you put people first and really provide them with the sense of security or a sense of understanding that either you were there at one point where they are, or that they can open up to you and not feel like you're gonna judge them, or that you're not gonna like what they say, but allowing them to come first, and then they'll start following, they'll start coming along, and they'll be like, oh, remember Fadedbox? Yeah, I got to talk to him about my bad week, and after he was done, he did my hair and it was amazing, and my whole week turned around. Well, I put that customer first because I heard that they were having a bad day. I heard that their week was horrible. So I wanted to make sure that they were going to leave my salon with a smile, right? So, well, I'm going to try and keep that mission a part of my self-mission to make sure that people come first so that I can succeed and have success. A couple of the other things I wanted to touch bases on. I'm gonna pull out the iPad and kind of read verbatim from this list, only because I think they were really great topics. Guiding principles is what they call them. There's only 13, so bear with me as I read those. I definitely think it's a great thing to implement anywhere. I think culture and all of these guides that they're telling us isn't just how to survive through school or how to just survive through a salon. I think that this can definitely guide us through anything we're working on, whether it be becoming a carpenter or becoming a nail technician or becoming a manager, whatever it is. I think these guidelines are really good. Number one, education is an adventure of discovery for future professionals. Simple, right? Education, it's something new. You're gonna start a journey that's not just, oh, well, I'm here, I'm just gonna kind of float around. No, you gotta learn something. It's gonna be adventurous. It's gonna be exciting because, well, you didn't know how to put your foot on that rock when you were rock climbing, but now you know how to grip it correctly, and you know that you probably should have taken 2 more steps to the right, but you're gonna take that challenge on. There's different aspects, and I'll probably go back and forth like that. So, future professionals learn best when they are having fun. Definitely. I think that is a great one. Make sure you have support around you. Make sure that the people you're going to school with are being positive. And if they're not, get away from them. Go somewhere else. Go play with your mannequin that doesn't talk back or doesn't have negative feelings to what you're doing. My mannequin's going to be your best friend throughout school. Definitely is going to be mine because, they don't talk back. They're not going to cry when I mess up their hair, but I'm going to learn and they're going to help me learn. So if you stay in a positive environment throughout any type of school or any work environment, you're going to go somewhere. You're going to make things better. It's going to be be like, yeah, be funner. It's going to be more exciting to go to wherever you're going. This is my favorite. I just mentioned this about making mistakes on a mannequin and not being upset. So number 3 guideline is making a mistake is not fatal. Future professionals make discoveries, not mistakes. Definitely, like they were explaining, okay, well, you may have cut in one piece too short, but if you change up the way that your fingers move around, you might be able to get that piece right to where you actually wanted it or you were expecting it to be. It might not be exactly where you wanted it, but it can be fixed. It can be done correctly, or like they were explaining too, someone cutting bangs too short. Well, if you cut the bangs too short, you got to, live up to your mistake, but then also like give that support, or not that support, but that girl, when your bangs come back, they're gonna be the best. They're gonna grow out just right where you want it. It might be a half a centimeter too short and your eyebrows are showing, but we got your eyebrows done. You be positive about the mistake, but you own up to it as well. And what we've learned is that owning up to your mistakes is definitely going to make a huge difference compared to just being like, okay, well, I'm gonna blow dry their hair out, I'm just gonna leave it, and then hopefully they won't notice my mistake, and then girl's gonna be upset when she gets home, washes her hair, and then tries to do the same thing you did, and then her bangs are up to here. And you had got their bangs medium leveled, so it looks like right in the. Anyways, whatever it is, just live up to your mistakes. They're not mistakes. It's not fatal. It's just a new discovery, which is again my favorite. One of my favorite rules right now. People learn best when they are physically, emotionally, and mentally involved in the process. Learning is blocked when fear is present. That is key. Oh my gosh. I Last night I had like a brain fart and I could not figure out how to do this video and what I was gonna do. And I think that this rule really came into play of learning is blocked by fear. I was worried that this video wasn't going to turn out right, or that I was just doing way too much on the video and that nobody was going to watch. And I think that's where my fear, it was blocking me from learning how to sit here and talk to you. And now I'm just blurting out words, and I took a rest and realized, let's just do this. And I think that's where the fear got taken away, and I was able to now sit here and actually conversate with you. So people learn best when they're physically and emotionally, mentally involved in the process. So I think last night, after I slept, I rest after the full week, I was able to get up this morning and sit here and talk to you. So that's very, very important in life, is to make sure that you're physically and emotionally in a stable spot to learn, to be successful. That's with anything. Again, that goes back to the job you're doing now, to what you want to do in the future. You got to prepare yourself. I could have went back to school 3-4 years ago, and I wasn't ready. I think I would have been going in circles. I would have not liked what I was doing. And I think this is the point where I felt comfortable. I was ready. I was ready to engage what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. And I think that's a big key in the guide, the guiding of principles. Let's see here. Mental stability, all that good stuff is great. Making sure you have support around you, because that support is going to be the ones that are going to keep you up. Those are going to be the ones that are going to make sure you're eating, make sure that you're smiling when you come back, asking you how your day is, how it went, wanting to get services done by you, because, well, they're trying to support you and succeed, and help you succeed. So, definitely, if you have a future professional in your hands, make sure that you go and support them. Make sure you go get a haircut by them. Make sure you job, oh my gosh, a blowout by them. Whatever it is, make sure you go and support those future professionals. Let's see, where are we now? Number 5. Learning leaders encourage future professionals by recognizing their personal success. So, personal success is always great, and realizing that if one of your partners or your coworkers have done something that they usually ask a question about, oh, I don't know how to do this dye. And they're always constantly asking you. And then one day you walk in and you turn around and they're over there mixing their dyes up, doing whatever they can. That's the time where you prompt them. You give them props. You say, good job. Oh, look, you got that color down. It only took 27 tries of me showing you, but you got it. And that's part of learning. That's part of being in an environment that is going to teach you, and that's going to allow you to really thrive. So definitely recognizing personal success on your own part, and to your coworkers and to your people around you. Let's see here. The learning process is not good or bad. It simply is working or not working. If it is working, we improve it. If it is not working, we change it. One of the things right before this guide popped up was this: learning is changing your behavior. Oh my gosh, I had to print this out because I don't know how many times I've said, I'm going to stop doing this, or I'm not going to do this. And until I actually started practicing it and learning and doing it and changing my habits, that's when I started learning. Recently, we got into minimalism. That was so hard for me because I love things. I love everything. I will keep it hoarded and like it and give a purpose to it for no reason. But I learned to just let it go. And I think that by changing those habits of normally keeping all of my stuff and not throwing them away, even if they were broken and no, I couldn't use it, but I thought, oh, I could use that somehow. It's like, no, just get rid of it, give it away. And man, changing that habit was 100% a life-changing experience. So, changing your behavior is definitely the way to learn. And that is, learning is changing your behavior. So that's definitely, number 6. The learning process is not good or bad. It's simply working or it's not working. It is working, we improve it. If it's not working, we change it. So if you're in a stump right now, if you're like, oh, I'm going to remember about all the experience from my first days of school because you're on your last 200 hours or something, I hope that I kind of stopped you and encouraged you a little more on that. And if you're just starting, well, make sure that you start learning to change some behaviors, because that's definitely going to help. Number 7, learning leaders are skilled, technical, salon professionals and informed educational leaders. This one here is just talking about your teachers, your learning leaders. They are experienced. They got hired for a reason. My biggest thing right now, I don't know, not biggest, it's kind of a holdup for me, but it's nothing bad. Both of my learning leaders, one is a out of school from Paul Mitchell for 4 years now, and one has been out of school for 5 years. So they've definitely been in the industry. They're definitely know what they're doing. I'm sure they've made discoveries, not mistakes, but I'm excited to learn from a fresh face, to learn from someone that is newer to the industry, that knows what's going on and what's happening now. Don't get me wrong, there are older learning leaders in our school that I definitely going to touch base with and get to learn their styles or what they did in the past to make it better in the future, or what things they've changed, or what practices they used to practice and are practicing now that made it better or worse, or what it is. So that's definitely something I'm going to keep hold of and remember. Number 7, learning leaders are skilled technical salon professionals. And remembering that my teachers, even though they've been in school for only 4 and 5 years, or out of school for only 4 and 5 years, that they know what they're doing, that they wouldn't just put somebody in a class and be like, oh, read off of this book and tell everybody how to do this. No, I don't think that would happen. So I'm super excited for both of those learning leaders. We'll see how that goes. Maybe one day you'll get to they'll introduce themselves to you. Number 8, every future professional has a unique learning style. Learning leaders adjust their training and methods to fit the needs of each future professional. So this was something we also went into more depth. The teachers had us do a couple tests to learn if we were stringers or groupers. As you'll probably learn, I am a grouper. I like to just like toss a whole bunch of information together and give it to somebody, and hopefully they learn and they grasp what I'm trying to give them, as well as probably what I'm doing to you right now. What I learned about stringers, they're really more precise. So they had split us up into different groups, stringers and groupers, and they said, okay, now you guys gotta go on vacation. You have unlimited amount of money. And the stringers are over there being very precise. They're going to one specific place. They're going to do 18 different things on certain time frames and whatnot. They know how much money they're going to spend. On the other hand, the groupers we're going all over. We're doing everything. We don't have a time frame. We have unlimited amount of money. And it's wild. It's crazy, the differences. So I think that's where the teachers got to learn the people that just kind of are passive on the learning, and then the people that are more aggressive on the learning, that need hands-on work and who can just visually be worked with. They did also do that where we learned our styles of learning. We did a small little test, basically a multiple choice type thing, and you were there either A or B. I believe I fell under the A line. I'm not sure. I don't remember specifically. Either way, that was great way for our learning leaders to learn about us, and for us to be able to learn about each other and how we're going to learn. Next one, learning leaders encourage future professionals to think for themselves. Definitely going to be a school that they are going to push us. They're going to push us to learn and to express ourselves, and for us to think for ourselves. This is a do-it-yourself type school, in regards to what are you going to practice afterwards. So I'm going to teach you how to do this, and then after, what are you going to do with what I just taught you? What I taught you can be made into 20,000 different things, but what is the one thing that you're going to push yourself to do with it? So that's something that's going to be great, because I do like self-motivation. I like to be able to do it not necessarily on my time, but in my way, which allows me to learn, and I think that will allow my future leaders to teach me. Future professionals learn how to develop a learning game plan. Again, learning game plan, they gave us some strategies on how to do a game plan. So they're providing us with all of these resources to be able to make a game plan, and make things smoother, make things go the way they need to. Let's see here. Number 11, we're almost done. Learning leaders help future professionals to recognize learning opportunities everywhere. Again, oh man, the learning opportunities that this school is providing, whether it's going to high schools, taking extra classes, having guest speakers, the school definitely provides a lot of opportunities to be able to thrive in our field, in our profession. So super excited. Take advantage of that. I don't know how to express that more, but if there's opportunity to take extra classes and you got that little extra money to do that, to buy an extra head for that class, or whatever you need to make sure that you can take all opportunities, it's gonna be worth it. I promise you. Let's see here. The focus is placed on the future professional's learning experience, not on teaching. So it's not about the way that the teachers are teaching us. It's about how I'm learning. If I'm taking my notes, if I'm circling and highlighting what they want us, if I'm filling in my paperwork, you are in school. You push yourself. Make sure that you're learning what they're teaching you, and not just learning what they're teaching you, but asking questions, getting into it, redoing it 1,000 times, 100 times, whatever it is that's gonna instill it into your head that when nobody's there, you're gonna be able to do it, and it's gonna come to you like riding a bike. So remember, it's not on how the teachers are teaching you, it's about how you're learning. So definitely take that into consideration. Make sure, you follow all the rules that we talked about just before this, because those are all going to help implement your learning experience. The last one, number 13, the school utilizes curriculum that reflects the most current learning trends and teaching methods. Again, this school is on top of it. I think this goes back to with the school teachers or the learning leaders that I'm having, being a 4 and a 5 year cosmetologist, that it's most current. It is, they're gonna teach me things that people are coming into the salon to get now, not things that people came into the salon to get in 1820. Which, don't get me wrong, I might need to know how there's a haircut that's done in 1820 for some reason, but that's learning where the current is needed and when to put in the older styles. I think that's definitely going to be interesting. It's going to be a mix. It's going to be like, well, they used to do pin curls like this, and this is how you do pin curls. How can we add pin curls into a 2020 hairstyle? We're supposed to be going into space, but how are we going to send somebody with pin curls and a finger wave to space when that was in the 1920s? I don't know. We might. You never know. But that's where we are. Those are the guiding principles that they want us to kind of be guided by. I think that's definitely going to be helpful. Something I might print out in the future and keep by my side to remember, learning is changing your behavior. Because I guess most of that guidelines is that. All right. So let's go on to our curriculum. As a future professional, we will experience a portion of learning through our audio learning series. It's called Masters. Masters is on one of our applications, or one or two of our apps. And there's going to be audio classes on there that is going to just teach us different parts of our curriculum. In there, they are going to focus about our knowledge, our attitude, and our behaviors. Again, these three things, if you are knowledgeable, your attitude is great, and your behaviors are consistent, then you should be successful, right? Unless they're opposite. Unless you're knowledgeable about the negative and your attitude is negative and your behavior is negative, that's where it's just gonna be horrible. But if it's opposite and you're more positive, which is another thing we talked about, and I can kind of go into that a little more. Let's see here. I might have to switch up and go to the other pages about that. let's see. Actually, I'm gonna step into that real quick. The forward focused thinking, and so being forward focused thinker. That's the process of managing your thoughts and your energy. So you got the back side and the front side. You got the positive and the negative. When you're a forward focused thinker, you recognize where you are. You make 10% shift. Practice the 3 laws of mind, and ask forward focused questions. This goes into a whole nother realm of what we've been starting to learn, and how to make our culture. It all goes back to culture. All of this that I've been talking about goes back to culture, and how to make what you're doing a culture. I don't know how to explain it more than that. To make it feel like you are part of something, that you are gaining trust in people, that you are making a forward-focused professional. That if a challenge comes in, you are ready to meet it and you are ready to push through it. That you're going to ask your teams if you need help. You're going to talk it through with yourself, making that 10% shift. If you know that usually you just rush into something and you think you know everything, but this time it's a little bit harder, so you got to focus. You got to take that 10% and say, okay, I got to do this. This is like the haircut I did the other day, but it has a little bit of a twist. Or this is like the color I did the other day, and it has a little bit of a twist. That's taking that time to stop and think, what am I doing? How am I doing this? Is this what I need? Practicing the 3 laws of the mind. Oh my gosh, I had to write this down, and I am so happy I did. 3 laws of the mind. Can't avoid a don't. Number 1, you cannot avoid those don'ts or do nots or whatever. I don't know how. Don't avoid those. I don't know how. Learn. Okay, well, it's time to learn, I guess, right? If you don't know how to learn it, don't avoid it. Move towards what you focus on. So, focus. Focus on pushing your best. Whether you are focusing on becoming a manager, whether you're focusing on becoming a cosmetologist student, whether you're focusing on just changing your life around. Just like I was saying earlier, that we recently changed to being more minimalistic. That took a lot of learning and a lot of focus. So make sure you focus on what you're planning to do. You can only focus on one thing at a time. And you gotta remember that. That's hard for me. Man, yesterday when I sat down to film, I had 18 million things in my mind, and I could not figure out what the heck I was doing, what I was saying. And today, this morning, I got up, I was fresh, I was ready, I took a shower, I was engaged, I was focused, and I was ready to just sit here and talk to you. And man, I think we're already into about an hour worth of just me talking to you. And I think that's where the excitement of being here and the excitement of being in cosmetology school is going to be awesome. And I'm super excited, and I'm happy that you guys are coming along. I think for now, that's going to wrap it up for my first week of school. We are getting into more of properties of skin, properties of the skull, I will definitely be making a video about that. I just wanted to kind of touch base about the culture and about where we are on our first and second day of school. And I'm super excited. The next video you're going to watch, or if you haven't yet, we're going to open up our kits. I'm going to do this one by one. I'm going to open up every single item and do a review on that specific product, because I think it's good to know our supplies from the get-go, all of it. What a blow dryer is, how much speed it goes up to, what type of blow dryer, whatever it is. We're going to learn some products, so you may catch some reviews later on different products. I don't know. We'll see where it goes, right? Well, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. And we'll see you next time. Can't wait. Let's go to school.